Welcome. To receive daily prayers and inspiring messages of God's love and peace, please subscribe and join our community. My beloved child, you've opened your eyes this morning. I was already with you before the sunlight touched your window, before your thoughts could begin to stir. I've watched over you as you rested, and I am here still, quietly waiting, not with demands or expectations, but with peace. You may not realize it yet, but today is a sacred gift. The breath in your lungs, the pulse in your chest, the stillness before the world begins to speak. These are my gentle reminders that I have chosen this day for you. Not because you have earned it, not because you must prove something, but because I love you. That's enough. I know you sometimes wake up with the weight of yesterday still pressing against your chest. I know the thoughts begin fast, the list of things to do, the memories that sting, the fears that whisper. But right now, before all of that rushes in, be here with me. This is holy ground. This moment, before the noise of the day, is where I meet you most clearly. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale slowly and remember, I gave you this breath. Exhale gently and release the tightness in your heart. You don't have to carry yesterday into today. Let me carry what you cannot. Let me hold the invisible weight, the pain no one sees, the questions that don't have answers, the emotions you try to hide. I am strong enough for all of it, and I am not in a hurry. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not lost. You are right where I can reach you. Even as the sun rises, I invite you to rise in a different way, not in panic or pressure, but in presence. Wake up, not just in your body, but in your spirit. Wake up to me. Let your first thought not be of all that you must do, but of who I am, and who you are in me. You are my beloved. You are not defined by your accomplishments. You are not condemned by your failures. You are not abandoned to figure everything out alone. I am with you. Right now, you don't have to pray a perfect prayer. Just say my name. That's enough. Jesus. That one word, spoken in honesty, opens heaven. If your thoughts are scattered, let me hold them. If your heart feels numb, let me warm it. If you feel nothing at all, still, I am here. You don't need to perform for me. You don't need to feel worthy first. You don't need to come clean before approaching me. Come tired. Come confused. Come doubtful. Just come. As you sit on the edge of your bed, or lie still under the covers, or place your feet on the floor, know this: I'm already there. The floor you step on? I laid it with purpose. The time ahead? I've gone before you. The strength you'll need? I'll provide it. You are not entering this day alone. I will walk with you in the ordinary things, the brushing of your teeth, the pouring of coffee, the moments of silence, the rush to prepare. In all of it, I am present. Let's begin this day together. Say this with me slowly. Lord, I receive this day from you. I do not need to fear it. I do not need to master it. I will walk with you through it. Yes, my child, that's the way. Now, let us continue. Now that your heart is a little more still, I want you to know this. Every morning is a renewal. Just as the sun rises again without fail, my mercy is new today. You didn't miss your chance. You didn't ruin the story. I'm still writing it with you. You may look back and see mistakes, words you regret, things you left undone, moments you weren't proud of. I see those too. But I don't flinch. I don't withdraw. I move closer. I cover what you cannot change with my grace, and I invite you to step forward, not pretending, but trusting. Today is not a test. It is a journey we take together. Let me guide your thoughts today. Let me teach you how to breathe slowly, how to respond instead of react, how to listen before you speak. Let me show you what it means to live with peace that the world cannot give and cannot take away. Start small. Before your hands reach for your phone, reach for me. Before your mind rushes into plans, lean into stillness. Before you compare yourself to others, remember who you are to me. You are not just trying to have a good day. You are walking with the King of Peace, and I am delighted to walk with you. I don't need you to do great things today. I only ask you to be present. Be present when you eat. Be present when you speak. Be present even when things go wrong. There will be moments that frustrate you. Traffic, interruptions, confusion, silence. In those moments, pause. Say my name again. Jesus. Let that name interrupt the rush. Let it remind you, you are safe. Let it return your heart to peace. Even if you forget everything I said, I won't forget you. Even if you fall into old patterns, I'll still call you mine. Even if you say, Lord, I can't, I'll whisper back, I can. Today is not about control, it's about communion. It is not a test of your strength. It is an invitation into mine. Let's walk together in slow steps. Let's walk without shame, without hurry, without fear. And if you need to start over at any time today, you can. Whether it's 9 a.m. or 9 p.m., I will still say, welcome back, let's begin again. So breathe again, my beloved. Smile if you can. If you cannot, it's okay. I will still be here. Let this be your short morning prayer, just these simple words. Jesus, be with me today. Slow my heart, quiet my mind. Open my eyes to you. Amen. Now stand, child of peace. You are seen. You are loved. You are ready, not because you feel ready, but because I go with you. My beloved child, you have opened your heart to me this morning, and that is enough. You don't need to bring anything more to this moment. You don't need grand words, deep theology, or a rehearsed prayer. You have given me your attention, and that opens the door for heaven to move. Let me now speak my blessing over you. Stand still in this moment. Whether you are sitting in your room, standing in the kitchen, or walking down a quiet street, pause. Close your eyes if you can. Take one breath. And now hear me. I bless you with peace. Not the kind that disappears when troubles come, but the kind that remains even in uncertainty. My peace is not weak. It is unshakable, rooted in eternity, anchored in me. Let this peace cover your heart like a soft blanket on a cold morning. Let it slow your heartbeat, steady your thoughts, and remind you, you are safe in my presence. I bless your mind. There will be many voices today, some loud, some subtle. Not all of them are true, but my voice will never confuse you. I speak gently, clearly, with love. I don't shout condemnation. I whisper conviction, and I always wrap it in mercy. May your thoughts today be quiet enough to hear me. And when anxious patterns rise up, I bless you with the power to pause, breathe, and return to me. I bless your hands. Whatever they do today, whether working, cleaning, writing, holding, serving, I bless the labor of your hands. Even the most ordinary task can be holy when done with me. There is no job too small, no detail too hidden for me to notice. If you offer your work as worship, I will bless it. Even rest, done in me, is fruitful. I bless your feet. Wherever you go today, I go with you. I have already walked the roads ahead, every hallway, every street, every conversation, every place of fear or joy. I go before you, beside you, and behind you. There is no place you can enter today that I have not prepared for your arrival. And yes, I bless your weakness too. I see the place where you are tired before the day has even begun. I see the place where you feel afraid to hope, hesitant to trust. That place too I bless, not because I want you to stay there, but because I want you to know, even there, I am with you. So go forward into this day, not striving, not proving, not hiding, but simply walking with me. You are not just starting another busy day. You are starting it with the Creator of the sunrise. You are starting it as my child, my friend, my beloved. Let this be your prayer. Jesus, bless my thoughts, my words, and my steps today. I don't know what the day will bring, but I trust the one who holds it. Let's go, little one. I will be with you in all things. Now, as you prepare to move into your day, let me go even deeper with this blessing. Let me bless your relationships. There will be people today who misunderstand you, who interrupt you, who may ignore or frustrate you. There will also be those who encourage you, surprise you with kindness, or silently support you. In all these interactions, I will be present. I bless your heart to be soft and courageous, to forgive quickly, to listen patiently, and to speak kindly. Not every relationship will be easy. Some wounds are still tender, some histories are complicated. That's okay. I will help you navigate even the hardest conversations. You don't need to have perfect words. Let love be the tone of your voice, and truth be the root of your intent. I'll take care of the rest. Let me bless your emotions. You may feel joy today, or sadness. You may be caught off guard by grief, or find yourself laughing when you didn't expect to. Emotions are not a problem. They are part of being human. I bless your heart to feel fully without fear. You don't need to numb what you feel, bring it to me. There is no emotion that will ever scare me away. Let me bless your time. You may look at the hours ahead and feel overwhelmed. There's so much to do, deadlines, responsibilities, expectations. But I do not ask you to conquer the day. I ask you to walk it with me, one moment at a time. I will help you focus where you need to focus. I will guard you from distraction when you ask. I will show you what matters most. If you fall behind today, I will still bless you. If you forget to pray, I will still bless you. If you feel you've failed before noon, I will still bless you. My blessing is not something you earn. It is something I give because you are mine. Let me also bless your silence. There will be quiet pockets in your day, waiting in line, walking to your car, closing your eyes for a few seconds. In those small spaces, I am speaking, sometimes not with words, but with peace, with presence, with reminders of beauty. A ray of sunlight, a songbird, a smile from a stranger. These are my whispers. Don't miss them. And lastly, I bless your ending. Even now, I am preparing the closing moments of your day. I will be with you when you return home, when you grow tired, when you lie back down to rest. I don't just bless your beginning, I bless your entire day. From first breath to last light. So walk now with this promise sealed upon your soul. I am not alone. I am not unloved. I am not forgotten. I am not too much. I am not too little. I am with Jesus, and that is enough. My blessing is over you like the morning dew, gentle, quiet, and faithful. Wherever you go today, remember this. You are carried, you are held, you are blessed, you are mine. So now, my child, rise not just with your body, but with your heart. Go into the world, not rushed, not anxious, but rooted in blessing. And should the day become difficult, return here. Come back to these words. Sit with me again. My blessing never runs out. Let this be your short prayer today. Jesus, thank you for walking ahead of me. I receive your blessing, and I walk in peace. My beloved child, I see you carry more than you say. I see the quiet heaviness behind your eyes, the way your chest tightens at the sound of certain words, the way your thoughts race when the world seems still. You call it anxiety. I call it your burden, and I never meant for you to carry it alone. Before this day stretches any further, let's bring that weight into the light. You don't have to pretend with me. You don't have to act strong, composed, or put together. The truth is, I'm most present not in your strength, but in your surrender. I walk closest not when you are confident, but when you are crumbling. You don't need to feel my peace in order for it to be real. It's here, even now, waiting to wrap around your trembling places. Let's begin here. Breathe. Just breathe. Inhale slowly, with intention. Exhale gently, with release. Let your body teach your heart what your mind forgets. You are not under threat right now. You are not alone right now. You are not responsible for everything. I am here, and I am not worried. Yes, child, I know your thoughts. I know the way they spin and spiral, turning small fears into loud lies. I see how hard you try to quiet them, to reason with them, to control them, and still they come back. That doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. That's why I came. I came not only to save your soul, but to soothe your mind. Anxiety doesn't mean you failed in faith. It doesn't mean you don't love me enough. It means you are overwhelmed, and I understand. I know what it's like to feel surrounded. I know what it's like to feel alone in the dark. I know what it's like to be misunderstood, rejected, exhausted. I don't judge you for being anxious. I hold you through it. Let me give you a simple prayer to carry when the pressure builds. Jesus, I don't know how to calm down. But I know you're with me. Sit with me. Stay near. I give you this storm inside me. You don't have to pray perfectly. Just pray honestly. And if you can't even pray, just say my name, Jesus. That alone is a prayer that pierces the noise. Now, I want you to know this. The worries that shout at you are not as powerful as they seem. They shout things like, "You're not enough. You can't fix this. Something bad is going to happen. You'll lose control." Let me answer each one. You are enough, because I am with you. You don't need to fix everything. I will guide you. Even when bad things happen, I remain good. You were never meant to control it all. I am in control. Anxiety makes your world small, but I came to give you wide open space. Anxiety narrows your vision, but I came to help you see again. So today, whenever you feel it rising, when your chest tightens, when your mind races, when your stomach turns, pause. And let's go back to what's true. Say with me, I don't need to know what's next. I just need to know you're here. And I am. I always am. Let's take a deeper step now, child. You've felt the physical weight of anxiety, tightness, restlessness, that invisible heaviness pressing against your heart. But beneath that weight, there's often something deeper, a fear. And that fear is usually asking this: what if I'm not safe? I want to answer that question today, not with distant theology, but with the closeness of my voice. You are safe, with me. That doesn't mean life won't hurt. It doesn't mean there won't be tears, setbacks, even suffering. But even in the pain, you are held, you are covered, you are not alone. I do not promise a day without trouble. I promise my presence through all of it. You don't need to run from the fear. Bring it to me. Tell me exactly what it says. Let me speak louder than the lie. If your fear says, everything depends on me, let me say, I will uphold you. If your fear says, I'll never feel peace again, let me say, my peace I give you, not as the world gives. If your fear says, I'm breaking apart, let me say, even broken things are beautiful in my hands. Sometimes anxiety comes from imagining too many futures. Let me bring you back to this one moment, this breath, this heartbeat, this quiet space with me. You don't have to solve everything today. You don't have to understand everything today. You just have to stay close to me today. Let's say this prayer together. Simple, steadying, true. Jesus, I feel overwhelmed, but I choose to stay near you. I don't have to figure everything out. I only need to be faithful to this next step. And if the next step is rest, rest. If the next step is waiting, wait with me. If the next step is simply drinking water and breathing deeply, do that. Every small act done in my presence becomes holy. When anxiety robs you of joy, come sit with me. When fear makes your chest feel like a cage, whisper my name. When you feel like giving up, look up. I'm already reaching down. You are not a failure for feeling fear. You are not a burden for needing comfort. You are not broken beyond repair. You are seen. You are loved. You are mine. And even when the anxious thoughts return, and they might, you are now rooted in something deeper. You have heard the truth. You have tasted peace. You have begun to trust the stillness. Let this prayer be the anchor for your day. Jesus, you are stronger than my thoughts. You are bigger than my fears. You are calmer than the chaos around me. I choose to rest in you. Let my voice rise above the noise. Let my spirit settle the storm. Let my hands hold you steady, even when your own feel weak. Now go forward, not as someone trying to conquer the day, but as someone already carried by peace. And remember, if anxiety returns at any moment, you can return too. Return to this place, this prayer, this stillness with me. There is no limit on how often you can come. I never grow tired of being your refuge. You are not your fear. You are not your anxiety. You are mine, and that will always be enough. My beloved child, now that you've brought your fears into the light, now that we've breathed through the weight together, it's time to receive something deeper. Renewal, not a temporary distraction, not a false sense of relief, but real, soul-deep renewal, a washing, a refreshing, a new beginning. Let me begin by saying this. You are not too weary for restoration. You are not too far gone for revival. You are not too burdened for joy. I am the one who makes all things new, including you. You've spent much of your energy lately trying to hold yourself together. You've tried to keep smiling, keep producing, keep performing, keep pretending. But the cracks are showing, aren't they? Your soul feels dry. Your inner well feels empty. I see it, and I am not angry. I am here to restore what life has drained away. You don't need to fight your exhaustion. You don't need to explain your tiredness. You only need to come. Come to me, not with strength, but with surrender. Let me take you to quiet waters. Let me lead you into green pastures, not as metaphors, but as real places of peace within your soul. Even if your surroundings are chaotic, I can create stillness inside of you. That's my specialty. Calm in the center of the storm. Close your eyes if you can. Breathe again. Let your soul sit down in my presence. Let me cleanse the dust that's clung to you from the road you've walked. Let me wipe away the tension that's crept into your shoulders, the shame that has buried itself deep in your memory. Let me wash your thoughts with truth, rinse your spirit with peace, and clothe your heart in rest. I am not just the God who saves. I am the God who soothes. I will not scold you for needing rest. I will not push you to go faster when you are already overwhelmed. I will not shame you for being human. I made your soul, and I know what it needs, and right now it needs refreshment. So let's pray together, not with urgency, but with stillness. Jesus, I'm tired. Not just in my body, but in my soul. I give you my exhaustion. Fill me again, not with pressure, but with peace. Yes, child. I will. Even now I am refilling you. Even as you read this, I am lifting heaviness off your chest, clearing space in your mind, untangling knots from your heart. Let this moment be a turning point, not because everything around you changes, but because something inside you does. You are not abandoned. You are not running on fumes anymore. You are not surviving alone. You are resting with me. Let's continue, my child. Restoration isn't just about removing the weight. It's about renewing the strength. I don't just want you to feel better. I want you to come alive again. Let me speak life into the parts of you that have gone quiet. Let me revive. The dreams you put on a shelf, the laughter you forgot, you had the joy you stopped believing could return the hope you buried under disappointment. I do not mock your pain. I do not rush your healing. But I do breathe new life into what feels forgotten. Maybe the world taught you that your value comes from doing, from achieving, from being okay. But I say, you are valuable simply because you are mine. You are already enough. And from that place of belovedness, I will grow new strength in you. Let me bless your quiet today. In the world's eyes, stillness seems unproductive. But in mine, it is sacred. Stillness is where roots go deep, where my spirit speaks clearly, where your soul is realigned to truth. The world will pull you in 1,000 directions. I will pull you close. Return to this sacred pause as often as you need, not just once a day. Not just when you're desperate. Any time your soul feels thirsty, I am the water. Say this prayer with me again. Let it settle in you. Jesus, water the places in me that have gone dry. Restore what I've lost. Help me feel again, not with fear, but with trust. Let your peace be like rainfall on my soul. Can you feel it, child? That is not your imagination. That is me, moving within you. My peace is not passive. It's powerful. It fights for you. It clears space where anxiety once ruled. It plants seeds where hopelessness once grew. My peace is not the absence of trouble. It's the presence of me in the trouble. I don't promise an easy day. I promise a carried soul. So now, walk through today differently. Not as someone trying to perform or prove, but as someone who has been refreshed. You don't need to be everything for everyone. You don't need to have all the answers. You only need to walk with me. Take breaks. Drink water. Speak kindly to yourself. Breathe before rushing. Rest without guilt. Smile when you can, and don't force it when you can't. I am with you in every pause, in every step, and when you forget, I'll remind you again. Let this be your short prayer today. Jesus, thank you for restoring me. Help me walk slowly. Help me feel peace deeply. Help me return to you often. You are refreshed now, not by effort, but by grace. My beloved child, now that your soul is refreshed, it's time to give from the overflow, not from emptiness, not from pressure, but from peace. You are not being sent into the world to perform. You are being invited to plant love. The smallest act of kindness can change an entire atmosphere. One gentle word, one patient glance, one silent prayer. These are not small in my kingdom. These are seeds, and seeds have power. So many people you'll encounter today are walking wounded. They hide their pain behind tasks and titles, but their hearts are tender, aching, and desperate for kindness. That's why I placed you there, not to fix them, not to impress them, but to love them. One seed at a time. Let me walk with you through this. Begin your day with this prayer. Jesus, help me carry your gentleness. Help me see people the way you see them. Let my presence be a doorway to peace. Yes, child, that's what I want. Not loud gestures, not forced smiles, but a spirit that flows gently like a stream. Kindness doesn't require perfection. It begins in awareness. Slow down enough to notice the people around you, the barista who looks exhausted, the co-worker who avoids eye contact, the friend who jokes to hide how empty they feel. I will open your eyes if you ask me. I will give you compassion without it crushing you. I will help you love without draining your strength. When you feel the urge to criticize, pause. When you feel like defending yourself, breathe. When you feel someone doesn't deserve kindness, remember, neither did you. And yet I poured kindness over your life like sunlight on frozen ground. Let me tell you something sacred. Every act of love, even unreturned, even unnoticed, is never wasted. Even when someone ignores your kindness, I see it. Even when you speak gently and they respond with coldness, I remember it. Even when you forgive in silence, I bless it. There's no harvest without seeds, and no seed goes unseen by me. Let me go deeper with you, child. You've learned to offer me your fears. You've come to me for rest. You've received my peace. Now I ask, will you let that peace spill out of you into others? Kindness is not weakness. It is strength under control. It is choosing grace where retaliation would feel easier. It is not ignoring pain or pretending things don't matter. It is walking through pain with a heart that refuses to grow bitter. Some days, kindness will look like listening, not rushing to respond, not offering advice too quickly, but simply being present. In those moments, you carry my heart more than you know. Other days, kindness will look like silence. Not every wrong must be corrected. Not every insult needs an answer. Silence, offered in love, can sometimes speak louder than words. Kindness may look like boundaries, saying no without guilt, protecting your peace so that you don't pour from emptiness. I am not asking you to become a savior for everyone. That role belongs to me. I only ask you to be faithful with the light I've placed in you. And sometimes, kindness looks like starting over, apologizing, softening your tone, giving others and yourself permission to be human again. The world tells you to win, to be first, to be right. I say, be kind. Be kind, be kind. Say this prayer with me now. Jesus, slow my reactions. Replace my instinct to fight with a desire to understand. When I'm tired, let me speak with gentleness. When I'm hurt, let me forgive before bitterness takes root. You're not called to love only the easy people. You're not asked to bless only those who treat you well. You are called to shine like a lamp in the dark, even when they don't notice, even when you're not thanked, even when it costs you something. But don't worry, I will replenish what you give. Every drop of kindness poured out in my name will be refilled by me. Every hug, every smile, every generous thought, I will multiply them like seeds in the soil. You may not always see the bloom, but trust me, the garden is growing. You're not just walking through a day, you're cultivating eternity. So when you're tempted to say something sharp, whisper, my name. When impatience rises, breathe in my spirit. When love feels difficult, remember, I first loved you. This is your prayer today. Jesus, help me plant seeds of kindness, even when I can't see the harvest. Let my words be soft. Let my actions reflect your heart. Make my life a gentle echo of your love. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You don't need to be perfect to be purposeful. You just need to stay close to me. I'll handle the rest. Now go, child of compassion. Let's bless the world together. My beloved child, you've given kindness to others, and now I ask you to do something just as sacred. Walk with me, not just in the morning, not just in prayer, but in every step you take today. I am not a distant God watching from the sky. I am the God who walks beside you, step by step, breath by breath. I see how your day begins with good intentions. You whisper prayers, you feel close to me, you even smile with hope. But then the day begins to pull at you, through urgency, interruptions, emotions and noise. It starts slow, and then all at once you find yourself distracted, disconnected, distant. Don't be discouraged. I do not scold you for forgetting me. I simply remind you, I never left. And every step forward is a chance to return. This chapter is not about trying harder, it's about becoming aware. Aware of my nearness, aware of my rhythm, aware of my voice, not just in prayer, but in motion. Let's begin again right now. Wherever you are, on the couch, at your desk, standing in a crowded train, I am with you. Place your feet on the floor, if you can. Take a breath and pray with me. Jesus, help me walk in your presence, not ahead of you, not behind you, but beside you. Yes, child, that's the way. This is not a race. This is a walk, slow, gentle, sacred. Every time you take a literal step, let it become a symbol. I am moving with Christ. Whether you're walking through a grocery store, your office, your home, or a hospital hallway, my presence walks with you. Even the ordinary becomes holy when we walk it together. If your mind begins to spiral, pause. If you feel overwhelmed, slow down. If you forget me, return. There is no shame in recentering. That's what the walk is for. Not perfection, but presence. When you walk with me, you'll begin to notice things differently. You'll hear people's tones more clearly, not just their words. You'll feel promptings to be patient when you'd normally rush. You'll recognize beauty in things you once ignored. This is what happens when you walk with me. You start to see with my eyes. Let me walk deeper with you now. The world moves fast, always rushing, always reacting. But I call you into a different rhythm, one that is not ruled by pressure, but by presence. There is no pressure to impress me as you walk. No performance I expect, no distance too far for me to catch up. If you stumble, I will steady you. If you wander, I will wait. If you run ahead, I will call gently, come back to me. This walk is not just about where we go, but how we go. Some days will feel uphill. Others will feel like wandering through fog. Some paths will be bright and open. Others may lead you into mystery, waiting, or even suffering. But no matter where the path leads, the promise remains the same. I will never leave your side. Say this with me. Jesus, teach me to walk slowly. Teach me to notice. Teach me to trust your timing. Let your footsteps echo the peace I've planted in you. Let your day move to the cadence of grace, not grind. When you're tempted to rush through a conversation, slow down. When you want to multitask your way through the day, breathe. When you think silence is unproductive, remember, it's sacred. Even if your calendar is full, you can still walk slowly on the inside. You may be surrounded by noise, but I can create quiet within you. You may feel pulled in many directions, but I can keep your soul anchored. Let your inner posture be this: I am walking with Jesus. That is enough. The world may not understand. That's okay. They may say, why aren't you in a rush? Don't you need to keep up? Don't you care what others think? But you'll know the answer. I care what Jesus thinks. I move in step with his voice. And sometimes walking with me means stopping completely. Rest is not laziness. Stillness is not weakness. Stopping to listen, to weep, to breathe, to pray. These are all parts of the walk. Let me speak this blessing over your steps. Blessed are the feet that move with love, not ambition. Blessed are the hands that pause to serve, not compete. Blessed is the soul that knows it's not behind, just abiding. You don't have to rush to be worthy. You don't have to prove to be loved. You only have to stay close. Let this be your prayer as you go today. Jesus, walk with me in every task. Interrupt me when I forget. Recenter me when I drift. Teach me to live unhurried with you. Every step with me is a seed of peace. Every step with me is a path toward transformation. You're not just moving through a schedule, you're walking in relationship. So let your pace be slower. Let your tone be gentler. Let your heart be quieter. My beloved child, let's speak honestly today, because I already know. There are moments when you simply feel too weak to continue, moments when your strength runs out before the day even begins. When your spirit feels thin, when the tears come without warning, when your heart whispers, I can't do this anymore. I see those moments. I am not surprised by them, and I do not step away from them. I step closer. You've been told that weakness is failure, that it's something to hide or conquer. But I want to teach you something sacred. Your weakness is not a problem to solve. It's a doorway to my presence. When you feel strong, you often rush ahead. But when you are weak, you reach for me. And that, child, is the most powerful thing you can do. The world celebrates self-reliance. I celebrate surrender. The world says, be enough. I say, let me be enough for you. You don't have to be the strongest person in the room. You don't need to keep smiling when your soul is tired. You don't have to act okay when you're falling apart inside. Let go of that pressure now, right here, with me. Take a slow breath and pray this with me. Jesus, I'm tired. I feel fragile. I don't have much to give. But I give you what I have, my honest heart. That is all I ask. Let me remind you of something I once said and still whisper today. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Did you hear that? Perfect. Not in your achievements, not in your image, not in your performance, but in your weakness. That's where my power shines the most. Because when you come to the end of yourself, you discover that I am the beginning of what you truly need. Let's walk deeper now, child. I don't want to just comfort you in your weakness. I want to redefine it for you. You've been taught to apologize for your tears. You've been told to toughen up, to push through, to be strong. But I say this, blessed are the weary, blessed are the broken, blessed are those who limp, who cry, who don't have answers. Because in that place, the low, hidden, vulnerable place, I am there. You may think you're barely holding it together, but I am holding you. You may think your prayers are weak, but they move heaven when they're real. You may think your faith is too small, but even faith the size of a mustard seed moves mountains. So don't measure your value by how strong you feel. Measure it by how closely you are willing to walk with me when you feel weak. If all you can do is whisper my name, that's enough. If all you can do is cry in my presence, that's prayer. If all you can do is get through this 1 hour, I'll walk with you for all 60 minutes. You are not weak for being human. You are not shameful for needing rest. You are not broken beyond repair. You are my beloved, and I care more about your heart than your output. I care more about your being than your doing. I care more about your honesty than your image. Let this be your prayer today. Jesus, I'm not strong today, but I want to be close to you. Teach me to rest in your arms. Teach me to receive even when I can't give. Child, you don't need to prove your love. I already see it in your surrender. You don't need to earn my closeness. I am already near. You don't need to climb out of this moment. I will sit in it with you until you're ready to rise again. When others walk away because they don't understand your weakness, I will stay. When your mind accuses you of being too slow, too messy, too emotional, I will speak truths. When shame tries to cover you, I will clothe you in mercy. You may feel broken, but I only see the beauty forming. You may feel like quitting, but I am still writing. You may feel too tired to believe, but I will carry your hope for you. This is not the end of your story. This is a holy pause. A moment to remember that you were never expected to carry it all alone. Now breathe with me again. Just be. Just rest. And when you're ready, even if it's just a tiny step, I will walk with you forward. Let this be your simple prayer as the day unfolds. Jesus, I feel weak, but I trust you are strong. Be my strength today. Be my peace in the middle of pressure. Be my safe place when I need to collapse. You are still mine. And I am still enough, my beloved child. You've walked through weariness and weakness. You've kept going when the pressure said to quit. You've prayed when words felt heavy. And now I want to invite you into something even deeper, not to do more, but to simply return. Return to where peace lives. Return to where I always am. Return to the present moment, yes, right here, this breath, this heartbeat, this space you're in now. This is where I dwell. You've been trained to live everywhere but here. To replay yesterday's failures, to pre-live tomorrow's worries, to perform for approval or prepare for a crisis that hasn't come. But child, the past is gone, and the future is not yours yet. I want to meet you here. Here, where your feet touch the floor. Here, where your lungs fill with breath I gave you. Here, where your soul can rest again. You don't need to rehearse the pain. You don't need to calculate the outcomes. You don't need to escape forward or backward. You just need to come back to this holy now. Let's begin with a breath. Inhale. Feel the life I've given. Exhale. Release what you were never meant to hold. Let me show you how to return. Not through force, not through effort, but through attention. Attention is love. When you turn your heart back to now, you're turning it back to me, because I am not waiting at the finish line. I am not locked in your memories. I am here. Now, always. This moment is not empty. It holds eternity. You don't need more time to feel whole. You need more presence. And I am presence. Let's say this together. Jesus, I return from my racing thoughts, from my rehearsed worries, from my numbed emotions. I return to this moment with you. You've just prayed one of the most powerful prayers a soul can pray. The prayer of awareness, the prayer of trust, the prayer of now. And I receive it fully. Let me show you how to stay in this moment, not just now, but through your day. I know what will try to pull you away. The noise, the notifications, the unfinished to-do list, the emotion that feels too big, the silence that feels too deep. But those things don't have to own you. They don't have to define the atmosphere of your soul. You get to choose where your heart abides, and I invite you to abide in me, in this breath, in this step, in this space. When your mind races, pause and find me. Not just in words, but in awareness. Look around. What do you see? A window, a tree, a face, a hand, a cup of water. I am in the details. Listen. What do you hear? Wind? breath, footsteps, a voice. I am in the sound. Touch your heart. Feel it beat. That's not just biology, that's a reminder. You're still alive, you still have me. You don't need a spiritual mountaintop to find my presence. You only need a willing moment. Return again and again. Return when you get distracted. Return when you feel anxious. Return when you start grasping for control. Return when shame says you've drifted too far. There is no limit to how many times you can come back to me. Every return is a homecoming. Say this prayer throughout your day, quietly, with or without words. Here I am, Lord. I return. You are here. So I am safe. This is not avoidance. This is not denial. This is a holy discipline. It's not about controlling the day. It's about staying rooted in the one who holds it all. And if pain rises, don't run. Let it come to the surface, here in my hands. Let the tears fall. Let the anger speak. Let the fear breathe, so that I can be the one to meet it. Presence does not mean perfection. It means surrender to love in real time. That's where healing begins. So when you're eating, eat with me. When you're walking, walk with me. When you're working, breathe with me. When you're hurting, cry with me. And when you forget, return again and again and again. Because returning to the present is returning to my peace. Let's close this chapter with a prayer to carry in your soul. Jesus, let me live right here with you. I don't want to rush into what hasn't come. I don't want to drown in what I cannot change. I want to be awake in this moment, to love well, to listen deeply, to be yours completely. Yes, child. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not lost in time. You are here. I am here. This moment is holy. My beloved child. Now that you've returned to this moment, I want to show you something precious, something many overlook when life feels ordinary or heavy. Hope. Real hope. Not vague optimism, not wishful thinking, not positive words pasted over wounds, but the kind of hope that breathes from truth, rooted in my unchanging presence and watered by my endless mercy. Hope that says, even if you've been through pain, you're not done. Even if you've failed, you're not disqualified. Even if you feel uncertain, I am still sure. Child, I don't just give hope, I am hope. Let me plant it fresh in you now. You've carried weariness, you've surrendered fears, you've stood in stillness. Now I want to lift your eyes, not away from reality, but toward the future I've prepared. You are not walking in circles, you are moving forward, even when it feels slow, unclear, or messy. Because I am the one writing your story. And I don't write endings with despair, I write new beginnings, and this day holds one for you. So let me ask, what have you laid down that I want to raise up? What dreams have you buried under disappointment? What part of your heart still believes it's too late? Come close. Listen to me. Nothing surrendered to me is ever wasted. Nothing entrusted to me dies without resurrection. That desire to love again? I placed it there. That longing to create, to serve, to build, to lead, that fire came from me, that quiet ache for meaning. That's not failure, it's invitation. You don't need a perfect past to walk forward in purpose. You only need a willing heart, and a mustard seed of faith. Let's pray together. Jesus, I believe you are not finished with me. Renew my hope, reignite my calling, rebuild what was broken, and lead me one step at a time. Let me speak now into your purpose, not the pressure to do big things, not the expectation to meet the world's standard of impact, but the deeper, truer purpose of your life, to carry my love and reflect my light right where you are. You don't need to move somewhere else. You don't need to wait until you feel more qualified. You don't need a stage, a title, or a crowd. You just need to say, "Here I am, Lord," and I will take your hands, your words, your story, and make them sacred vessels of hope for others. The conversations you'll have today, they matter. The way you respond when wronged, it echoes eternity. The kindness you offer, even when it costs you. It plants seeds you may never see bloom, but I do. Do you feel small? That's okay. My kingdom begins in mustard seeds, in loaves and fishes, in fragile wombs. In quiet prayers whispered through tears, let me remind you, you are called to create, not just consume. You are called to bless, not just survive. You are called to love, even when it's not returned. This is what purpose looks like, saying yes to me in the moment you're in, not waiting for someday, not waiting until you feel stronger, but trusting that my strength is enough for today. And hope, real hope, comes not from imagining everything going perfectly, but from knowing, even when things fall apart, I remain. Let me bless this hope in you. I bless your creativity, that you would see yourself as a co-creator with me. I bless your relationships, that love would become your legacy. I bless your story, that your past would become a testimony, not a weight. I bless your today, that it would be enough. Not because it's perfect, but because I am in it. So take heart, my child. You are not too late. You are not too much. You are not too broken. You are becoming, and I delight in your becoming. Let this be your prayer as this day continues. Jesus, I say yes again. Yes to the story you're writing. Yes to the hope you plant in me. Yes to the purpose I may not fully see, but fully trust you hold. Hope doesn't always feel loud. Sometimes it's the quietest thing in the room, but it's alive. And it's rising in you now. Walk forward, child of hope. Not with fear, but with fire. Not with performance, but with purpose. My beloved child, you've walked this whole journey with me, from your first breath this morning until now. You've returned to the quiet. You've listened through the fear. You've received my peace, my strength, my presence, my purpose. And now, I want to speak a blessing over your whole life, not just today, but every day that comes after. Let this be your benediction. Let this be the reminder you carry into every season. I am always with you, not sometimes. Not only when you feel me, not just when you've done enough, always. There will be days ahead when you forget this. When the clouds return, when your strength fails again, when the silence feels loud and your questions are many. But none of that will change what is most true. You are never alone, because I am the God who stays. I don't walk away when you're uncertain. I don't step back when you're weak. I don't withdraw when you're ashamed. I stay. In your joy, I stay to rejoice with you. In your sorrow, I stay to carry it. In your numbness, I stay and whisper through the stillness. In your confusion, I stay and guide gently. You may feel me deeply, or you may feel nothing at all. But my presence does not depend on your perception. It depends on my promise, and I never break a promise. Let me bless you now, one more time, not just with words, but with the weight of eternal love. I bless your rising and your resting, that you would greet the day in peace and surrender to sleep in trust. I bless your coming and going, that whether you leave with joy or return in tears, you will always walk under my covering. I bless your faith and your doubt, that when belief is easy, you'll praise me, and when it's hard, you'll still reach for me. I bless your voice, that it would carry words that heal, encourage, and carry truth, whether spoken to crowds or whispered in prayer. I bless your story, that you would no longer see it through shame, but through redemption, every page used, every scar repurposed. You have not journeyed in vain, and the path ahead. I will go with you. Let me speak into your tomorrow now. You may wonder what's coming. You may feel nervous about what you cannot see, but here is the truth. I am already there. I've walked ahead of you. I've stood in the places you fear. I've prepared grace for every moment you'll need, and not just for the good days. Even for the ones that feel like you're unraveling, even for the seasons where hope flickers like a fading candle. I will still be enough. The storms will not drown you. The wilderness will not starve you. The silence will not undo you. Because I am with you, not just beside you, but within you. And child, when this life feels long and the weight feels too much, remember, I carry you. When your steps slow down, I match your pace. When you stumble, I steady you. When you collapse, I lift you into my arms and carry you through. I don't get tired of you. I don't grow frustrated. I don't look away when your hands are empty. You are mine. You were mine in your mother's womb. You were mine through every regret. You are mine right now, and nothing will change that. Let this final prayer rise from your heart like incense. Jesus, I receive your final blessing, not an ending, but a beginning. I may not know what comes next, but I know who goes with me. I may not feel brave every day, but I will be held every day. I may not always understand, but I will always be loved, and that is enough. You've made it, beloved. You've come through the quiet, the fear, the rest, the purpose, the return, the hope. Now carry this final truth. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. My spirit is in your breath. My peace is in your steps. My love is your home, yesterday, today, forever. Let this day continue not with striving, but with stillness. Let your heart remember what it has received. Let your soul remain awake to what is holy. You are not walking out of this moment. You are walking deeper into me. So stand now. Smile if you can. Exhale deeply and say this aloud. I am not alone. I am not unloved. I am not forgotten. Jesus is with me, always. Now let's walk into the rest of this life. Not rushed, not afraid, but with full hearts, rooted in blessing,